Hello and welcome, each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and also I'm true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide, mentor, and co-creator of Galactic Ambassador from Pleiadians. And with me today is Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to higher dimensions of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have the deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. So, Morgan, today again, two of us, and it's show 111.
Right. 111. That's my magic number. I cannot tell you how many times that number has shown up in my life. For many years, it was my extension number for in a job I had. I've had several addresses that were either 111 or 1111. And we look at things like that in terms of, I use it as like, oh yeah, I'm in alignment, right? Or it's like because it just shows up all the time for me. I mean, many people call them angel numbers. Angels are speaking to you. Your high guidance is speaking to you. So then you can figure out what does that mean. I've always taken it to mean that I'm on the right track. Keep on going. You're going the right track. It's always been like a validation for me. So yeah.
I have not only 111, 1111. I have 1221, 1212, 1818,
Mm-hmm.
1616. Yeah, I have all that kind of number, mirroring number, or both together. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I have different ways. But again, I feel that it's more like I'm saying something and I'm looking at time, yeah, and like 1919, yeah. I
Yep.
know that it is. I feel that it is this. Yes, you are say something right, or you are on the right path, or that's right decision. Yeah. So universe is connecting with you. That it's okay.
Yep. Yep. I think that, the universe is always communicating with us. Let's just start there. It's we who are not listening, right? It's the humans that aren't listening. Universe is so always in communication with us, present right within us. And for whatever reason, we've turned down that inner hearing, we've turned down that inner voice so that we can participate in the outer experience. And that today the Course in Miracle reading was all about being still. Start your day with being still. Now that seems kind of oxymoronic when you've just come from a full night's sleep, when you think you were still. I don't know about you, but it seems like I'm busy during the night. Right.
I I'm waking up as tired as I actually go to sleep.
Yeah, because our souls are out busy doing whatever we do, right? But to begin the day with that, here, let me just do this. Let me read it, because that's when staying tuned in to hearing the voice of whatever you want to call it, the Holy Spirit, God, your angels, your guidance. I don't care what name you put on it, but take the time to do that inner listening. So today's again, oh, got the wrong side, this way. This is a Course in Miracles daily affirmation. There's a group of us here that are local that we work from this book. We're committed Course in Miracles students. So today's is July 5th, and the overarching category is peace. Peace. I love that. And then the directive is be still. Often we grudgingly and hurriedly move from one activity to the next, feeling out of time and short of breath. Is there really that much to do? Some of us keep ourselves busy in order to feel worthwhile. And I'll stop there. That's what I call human doings, right? We move in our world, we do to accomplish and feel worthwhile. So that would be a human doing. If that's the case, let's remember that it's the ego, not our real self, that perceives lack of worth. We simply need a change of mind now, and then we can rest. The stillness awaits us. In the stillness, we heal. Beginning each day with a sense of stillness gives us a chance to remember the Holy Spirit. That's no guarantee that we will not be ruled by the ego in the next hour, but each recollection makes the next one easier. Practice makes it natural to turn to the Holy Spirit for the guidance and the peace we deserve. We need not be busy all the time. We need not be busy ever. In fact, it's our choice to be peaceful or busy. We'll do a better job of the former if we have been still for a few moments. And then the affirmation for today is going peacefully through the day is easier if I've had some quiet time with the Holy Spirit. And I will tell you, those are wise, wise words, because when we get up in the mornings and we immediately launch into the earth experience, whatever the day holds for us, right? And we move into that just directly from the sleep, we will be guided by the world all day long. But if we spend just, it doesn't take long to just connect with the Holy Spirit, say, hey, good morning, I'm here. Thank you for your guidance all day long. Just have it doesn't have to be sitting on a mountain in a cave, sitting cross-legged, It's just you being you wherever you are, right? So, you know, I've done my life both ways, where I've just got up and launched into the day, right? And guaranteed my ego will drive me wherever I want to go. But it's a very different day when I've turned that over to the Holy Spirit for guidance. It's a very different experience. I will say there's more beauty, more magic, more synchronicities, more ahas when you do it the way that I do it now, which is turning over my day to the Holy Spirit, being guided by everything I do, what I'm going to eat, where I'm going to go. Um, you know, yeah. So anyway, there's different ways to do your day and do your life. I choose to let the Holy Spirit guide me because it works better for me. And so there you go. What you think, Dega?
I think it works better for everyone, not only for you. Because I'm learning from you, obviously, I doing the same thing with my mornings. I waking up. I'm giving all me in this hands of spirit, in this hands of creator. So what I need to do next, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to do this. I really I have like downloads what I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I love it when it's things that you wouldn't have normally done, right? So yesterday, I love my Jeannie. I wish she was here. She's off on the East Coast at a a school reunion. So that ought to be fun for her. But we were talking yesterday, and I'm not going to share what we were talking about because that's personal. But after we were done, I had this huge insight, right? That led me to making a new decision in my life. And now, when we make a new decision that affects patterns and behaviors that we have, it's very interesting what will come up, because those are the anchors that keep you hooked into those very patterns and behaviors that you have been maybe even mindlessly practicing. Maybe they're just, oh, well, that's just part of being in the human world, or whatever those are. But when you make a new decision and it directly bumps up against patterns and behaviors that you've had and made in your life, maybe for some really good reasons, then holy mama, things are going to come up. So I've been working a lot with, and I think I've talked to our audiences before. When several years ago, I started having a way of working with repatterning the brain called neural graphics. And so yesterday morning, after I spoke to Jeanne, I ended up for about 3 hours working through this. Okay, so I have made this decision. And now all these pop, all these things that were being held in place by my behaviors and my patterns are starting to pop up. So I decided to give them their space, not just by, oh, there you are. I decided to like draw it out, right? So I could follow the map of where I'd been. And then I use that beautiful line that I love to use, which is, well, what else is possible? So it's like, so I integrated that into working with this new decision I wanted to make, and understanding and blessing all those patterns and behaviors that I had put in place prior to keep me safe. The big one was that I found out was they kept me from being seen. They kept me from being seen. Okay, so when I hit that one right there, I got terrified. It's like this, this, this energy, and I had to identify it, and it was terror, right? So the decision I was making, bumping up against this terror, which was called, uh, uh, well, I called it, I'm not seen, right? I can't be seen. That's kind of like a little kid when they're little playing peekaboo, right? Peekaboo, right? Oh, right. You can't see me. Oh, yeah, you can. So, so it was working on those little pop-ups that were coming up around this new decision. But a lot of times people will make a new decision about their life and they don't do that kind of work, right? So then their decisions go all awry. It's like they can't stick to their decision, because this new decision that they want is going to require a new pattern to be implemented in your world, just like all the patterns we have that we formed and groomed our entire lifetime, right? Like being safe or not being seen, or whatever we create. We're so powerful. I mean, if you think about what we've done, well, if we can do that, we can certainly make a new decision and have it implemented. So for me, it was do this deep dive, look up all the little pieces that were popping up around my new decision that would certainly trick me up, right? It was so beautiful. See, I took that 3 hours for me. That was self discovery. That was, wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. It's like there are some big, huge ahas around and made total sense. Like, especially the one about not being seen. I don't want to be seen. So, so I'll tell you an unusual phenomenon in my life is that whenever I get into a group or a class or a coursework or whatever I'm doing where there are people teaching and educating me, or a job, whatever, I'm like cream. I rise to the top. Like, I don't even want to rise to the top, but there I go. All of a sudden, I'm in charge of this and in charge of that, and helping people with this and directing. And it's like, it's so weird. And I don't want it. It's like, I do everything I can to hold, dim my light, pull me down, don't look at me, right? And so that particular phenomena has in me created patterns of behavior, because the most important thing is to not be seen, right? That's like that egoic driving, don't look at me. So ego can either be the clown out there highly performing, right? Or it can be an opposite of that. Don't see me, don't look at me. So mine was always hiding. Now I could tell you, I know why, right? I don't need to share that with my audience. What we need to know is that it's those kinds of patterns of behaviors that keep us from being having a full experience in our world, because that's what we're here for, experiences. I don't believe we're here for lessons. I don't think this is the school of bad knocks that you have to keep overcoming. I think an experiential place that we've landed into, but we can't fully experience it if we are anchored by our patterns, by our beliefs, that keep us from being fully alive in the moment. So, going back to the stillness piece, right? So, if we begin our time and our day with that introspection, with that moving in, that honoring, and for me yesterday, it was to take that beautiful time to go as deep as I could possibly go to fully understand, fully release, right? Even those old patterns of behaviors that I hadn't even thought about, or maybe had thought about but just kind of pushed away. A lot of us push things away. I don't want to deal with that now. A lot of people say, I hear, I don't want to deal with that now. I can't look at that now. Don't, I can't deal with you now, whatever. When we do that, we are pushing all of that into our psyche and into patterns and behaviors that will muck us up in the world. So when we turn our day over to the Holy Spirit, just beautiful things can happen, right? That when those things come up, when those patterns and beliefs come up, we are having experience of ourselves, of how we have been in our world. And that is a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like discovering my pattern of I don't want to be seen um, was not it's something to punish myself for. It was like, wow, now I understand. It's a gift. It's a gift. I get to make new decisions around that, but it's a gift to be able to see what those patterns and behaviors are. Anyway, I've been chatting for a while. Dago, what do you think about that?
No, I think really when you start listening to those signs, when you start listening, because I have what I find since I giving my day to creator, I find that I learn read those signs. Same as we've been talking about 11, 11, 16,
Yes.
16, 18, 18, 22, 22, 21, 21. Yeah.
Yep.
As as much as that, I can, let's say I go to Facebook, yeah. I can read through, like, fast read through most everything, yeah. And one text just jumps at me. And I have to stop and I have to read. And I know in my heart, yeah, that this was message for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
And
and
it's like us when we pull cards, right? We, like we're looking for guidance, or we're looking for an increased understanding about something, or we our it, sometimes people say, well, why do you use cards? Isn't that like, evil? I go, well, it's only evil if you call it evil. It's only, it's like anything, I could call a potato evil, right? But it's not. It can be if you call it that, and then you will get an experience of evil. But I call a potato wonderful and delicious and nutritious. And, it's like, it's all how you hold it. So when we're looking for, I love it when, when we do that, right? We pull cards and it's exactly what we've been talking about. But it might give us a deeper understanding, or that right click that you go, oh yeah, right? It's like that will create new memory, we create new pathways in the brain, and that's part, the brain is just so amazing. But we form these neural pathways through our patterns and our behaviors, and when we're creating new ones, those get interrupted. And we want them interrupted, right? So it's like a pattern um, of trauma, right? So let's say there's been a pattern, there's a trauma event. There might be more trauma events. So when there's a trauma event, it happens, and then the mind is going to seek to make meaning out of that trauma event. Well, what does this mean? And usually we turn it on ourselves. This means I'm bad. This means I'm not good. This mean, our mind is always seeking to make meaning. And then if the trauma event involved another person, now we are making meaning of the relationship with that person. This person hates me, this person doesn't love me, this, we began, now we got some more neural pathways going. And pretty soon, as this continues and this goes on, you see this a lot with abused children. These neural pathways get in there and they have become, they feel totally unworthy, like they don't want to even be here. They, it's like they got these neural pathways of really, I don't want to be seen, or, or acting out or whatever, or just depression or anxiety. All these get built up in your head. So we are constantly looking for ways to make meaning. And because we are doing what I did yesterday morning, allowed me to see all those places I had, or some of the places, not all, I'm sure I got more in there, some of the places where I have made meaning that was not true. It just wasn't true. And so, those little decisions we make when we're, very young, or even teenager or whatever, um, we, we tuck them away, and then they just become part of the pattern. So that's why it's hard for people to get unstuck sometimes. They're not willing to one, examine that, and two, sometimes they're not willing to let it go, right? It becomes their, oh no, this happened to me. I'm just going to pet it. I call it the pet, right? No, I'm just going to, you don't understand. This was, I go, well, how long ago was that? Well, it was 75 years ago. I go, okay, is that still happening? Well, yeah, it is. It's happening in their head over and over and over and over again. So they just re-traumatize themselves. All right. So there you go, Miss Stig.
Yeah, it's I usually when we're talking about patterns and about changing them, neural pathways, I always saying to people who I train, yeah, I always tell them to every technique what I teaching them, yeah, they need to try for 45 days. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually 43 days in
Mm-hmm.
general to create new neural pathway in your brain.
Yep. And you can,
Because
and they can even enhance that by focusing on whatever it is they're changing and holding the end result for 17 seconds while they are doing that period of time. That there's something magical about that 17-second thing. If you hold it in your, it's like it triggers something. There's a, I think I showed a video on that one time here.
no,
Um, hang on, just give me a second. I might have it on my desktop. If I do, why don't you chat for a little bit and let me see if I can find it.
yeah, so I'm telling my clients to really for 45 days try this technique exactly how I telling them, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then after 45 days will new neural pathways form and will be easier. Already subconscious mind will be helping them to do this task. Yeah, like for me, starting to, let's say, even starting to meditate. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's like usually your brains, I know it's not going to help you anyway. It's
There's a law in physics that basically says that
Okay,
when
hang
you have
on.
energy
You're not
that
gonna
is
believe it. I
vibrating,
found it, Dega. Hang on.
great, great. Just
Let
give
me
it.
just get it set up for you and for our listeners here. But you're right. It's like even developing a healthy relationship of meditation. Uh, people struggle with that. People struggle with
because
that.
because brains is telling you, I know nothing will happen if you're not doing today. Let's
Mm-hmm.
do something else. Let's watch movie or let's go through internet or
Let's
something.
let's eat, right? Or let's, you know, it's like even eating is that unconscious eating. It's like, what is that about, right? It's like in I investigate that. Like be with that piece. It's like people get mad at themselves because they do that, but they don't take the time. They'd rather get mad at themselves. Well, that's just punishing yourself for a pattern that you created a long time ago. Well, let's just get mad at ourselves. Like, oh no. Okay, so let me cue this up. I got it queued up for us, and let me so uh share screen. I haven't done this for a while. Screens too long. Share screen. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
All right, so let me start. Let me make sure my sound's turned
And
up.
now everybody sees already.
Oh, beautiful.
there's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, 17 seconds, 17 for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. So let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating. So where my thoughts are, that's what's creating my reality.
Exactly. My thoughts create my reality.
Exactly. Exactly. So when we're really working with our thoughts and changing our thought patterns, this is a good video. Good video. This is a neuroscientist. It's not just me. I mean, it sounds like me teaching a class, really, but he's telling us how our brain works, how neurology works. If you put your attention on it for 17 seconds and you just keep doing that, another 17 seconds, another 17 seconds, just stay with that pattern, you will begin to repattern your neural pathways. And that's what happened with me yesterday, working with this new decision I was wanting to create in my life. I have a new decision, right? I'm gonna da da da. I won't even tell you what that is. But it was the beautiful thing of seeing all the little pop-ups come, right? And how many 17 seconds or hour and 17 seconds or 17 days have I put into the energy of what I don't want? Right? So you got to, we got the things we want and the things we don't want. And usually we're pushing away the things we don't want, but that's even more energy, more thought process, more of who we are to push it away than it is to just relax, take a breath, and allow the reception of the Holy Spirit within you to guide you. So it's a very interesting, different way of being in our world, but we're called to it now. We are called to be responsible and not responsible in a negative way, but to be responsive, so that takes us to be present, to be responsive in our world, especially now. There's still division in our world. There's still the attempt to pit human against human. There's still all that going on. It's just so curious to me, why humans would do that to one another. I get it. There's agendas. There's, people want to do away with humanity, whatever, right? I would think if they're trying to get rid of humanity, we must be something special that they don't want to deal with. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway,
of course we are something special, of course, but everything in our programming is done to make us think that we are nothing.
Yeah.
And that's been for centuries. Imagine how many lifetimes you and I been living. So how many centuries we've been told this.
Yeah, and imagine too, little kids arrive and they get there are a lot of little people that arrive on the planet, and they've got families who are so messed up and broken, and they begin the patterns with them too of you're worthless, you don't, you're here to, just it's you get up, you go to work, you work for the system, you die. It's just like, why bother, right? um, but that's just a lie we've been told. I believe with all of my whole being that we're very special. We hold within us keys and codes. We have the capacity to be in direct communion with the divine. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, we just need to start work on ourselves and start communicate with everything what is around us. Like I had recently one lady I started to work with, and she was frightened for feeling like when some angel is touching her. She said, I just feel this angelic energy. I'm frightened of this touches, and I'm frightened of whatever happens. I said, no, let it into your life. Start communicate with them. They are need your attention. They asking. They are. My angels is not doing this touching. Yeah, I never felt. I feel it's actually privilege if she even feel these touches from angels.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you an angel story. So um, I was in my home meditating one day. It was before the kids were coming home from school. I just took that time to gather me up and be ready to have my kids, my husband come home. So I'd been meditating, and in the meditation, Archangel Michael showed up in my meditation, and I was having a communication with Archangel Michael. And unbeknownst to me, my husband had come home early, and I didn't hear him come home. I was in meditation. So, and this is what he said. He said, I got home. First off, I couldn't open the door. I go, well, you had your keys. He goes, my keys would not work. He goes, I could unlock it, but I could not open the door. And then he said, finally, he goes, and I was calling you, but when I go into meditation, sometimes I am way not present here on the planet. I am gone. So he finally got the door open, and he said, this is what I heard. I heard the swishing of huge wings pushing me out the door. And so he walked out the door and just stood there till I got out of meditation. I go, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he told me what happened. I go, oh, that's because I was in meditation with Archangel Michael. I go, apparently your energy wasn't welcome while I was in that. See, I'm not nice about it. And truly, his energy would not have been welcome because he was coming home from having a very he was a stockbroker, so those days can be pretty challenging for some stockbrokers. And he was full of angst and upset. And then he comes home to not being let in, not by me, but by the presence that I was working with. So those angelic stories are real, and their power and their presence is very real in your life if you let it in.
There was one of my classmates. We communicating on like group chat on WhatsApp, and one of my classmates was putting up video where he was getting ready to go to journey, yeah, on car, and for some reason he couldn't lock doors for gates. Just gates didn't lock. He can't leave house with open gates. So he was quite long time, some 20 minutes, half an hour. He was delayed for his journey. Yeah, gates just didn't lock. Then on end he locked the gate, and next thing what he knows from home, about half an hour from home on highway, there was huge lorry was carrying like asphalt roller, this big huge asphalt roller machine on the back, yeah, and there was turn on a junction, and this lorry actually fall over, and if she would be at that time, yeah, she would be under this lorry.
Yep.
She was like fifth car or something after this accident.
Yep. Yep. You know, we're always being protected, and you can call it in. You can, you know, he didn't even call it in and he was being protected.
Mm-hmm.
That happens to me all the time, but I think it's because I also stay pretty well tuned up, very, you know, conscious of the presence of the Holy Spirit working in my life. Uh, yeah, I mean, I've had several of those things where I've, you know, been told, no, wait, no, or something happens and it's delayed, and I go, whoa, I'm so, I'm so glad that happened. You know, it's like we had an earthquake here, probably about uh, maybe 27 years ago. I don't know. But it was a pretty good size earthquake. But again, I was heading towards going towards a school where I was going to teach an art class. And so I'm heading, but I kept having these late starts, like, oh, I forgot that. I got to go back home and pick up that. Or, oh, I need to go to the store. I didn't have that for the class. So it's like I kept having all these late starts. I arrived at this one store where I was going to go pick up, I don't know, art paper or something. I don't know what I was picking up there. And I had arrived like 5 minutes see, I was on the freeway. I didn't feel anything. But had I been there 5 minutes before, I'd have been in the store. All those shelves came crumbling down. I mean, no joke. It was everywhere. And again, I just like, wow, wow. Thank you.
Thank you, universe.
Thank you, universe. Yeah. So it can keep you from disastrous things, but it can also lead you to awesome stuff. So, you know, one of my teachers, Jeanne Slater, maybe your audience have heard of her. She wrote a book, I think about 25 years ago. I can't remember how long, called Hiring the Heavens. Have you ever heard of that book?
No.
I took her classes on becoming a mystic, and I'm a certified mystic. But anyway, her book on hiring the heavens is, I recommend everybody here go and get that book. Hiring the heavens is so profound because it teaches you how to access your angels and your guides. And something that she says, and I know to be absolutely true, is that they are just waiting for you to give them instructions on how to serve you in this life. They're here for us. They're here for our good. They're here for our enhancement. They're here for that. But we must ask. And so I've created so many angel teams and star angel teams. And when I do that kind of work, it is so profound because then I have celestials on my side that can see more, see ahead of me, see behind me, things I can't see, they see for me. I'm fully directed. So, yeah, so hiring.
You ask for this protection from all sides from angels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, you can form angelic teams, especially when you're doing, like with my project. I have a whole team that I have assigned to my project of Wisdom Sanctuary, right? So I did that before I even, like, way before I even met you through the She Bear connection. And working with the humanitarian groups, well before that, I had already started, I had put together an angel team for guidance, for how the heck is this going to be funded? All the things that I could see. I have an angel assigned to every one of those. And the one that is, well, how the heck is this going to be funded? was, and that's really what I call that angel. How the heck is this going to be funded? They don't care. What they care about is that I put my attention on them, and that they like, and I have an angel, like, I know how to do this, right? And when I got that angel in place, it was just like a matter of days of meeting. What was his name? First name was Ian. He's a Hayoka. I met I met him first, and we talked about Hayoka. He goes, "Oh, well, you are a Hayoka." I go, "Yes, I know I'm a Hayoka. Know that, right?" So we had that communication, and then I was telling him about my project, and he goes, "Oh, you need to go meet da da da." So see how this works? So meeting this guy who's a Hayoka, that was guidance that told me, contact this person. I go, well, I don't need to contact this person. So I contacted the person because I'm not going to not follow my guidance. So I contacted this person, and I didn't really, I didn't know why, and he knew I didn't know why, but we were chatting. We talked about the Hayoka piece, and then it was, oh, you have a project, go in this direction. So now I'm being funneled through this humanitarian piece. And someone stepped in up into that piece, who heard my presentation and said, I want to give you this Zim currency. I want to help fund what you are doing, right? So you see how that works? Just boop, 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 boop. I would have never known where to go do that. I just wouldn't have ever known. Um, Not as my ego. My ego would just tell me, you can't do that. That's too big. What makes you think you can do that? Where do you think you're going to get the money? If I followed that guidance, I would not be moving forward. I'm moving forward because I'm following the guidance.
Yeah. We are come to this moment when we already 3 minutes late for our meditation. I don't know how time was running out so fast.
Because we were having great conversation.
Well,
Well, it was,
and I still have questions about how you created angelic teams and how you get this going, because I have project as well, but I do not have angelic team at the moment. I'm only alone there. So
well, don't you go and have galactic meetings?
I have galactic meetings, but galactic meetings is not about my project as such. Galactic meetings are about, like, let's say, what I need to say in a show, or what I need to put everybody in this mad bath in my healing centers already in evening. Yeah. and now they want me to do that at daytime as well. I haven't started yet, but they want me to do that. I imagining all these healing centers, yeah. I imagining this big room with this med beds, yeah, and with my imagination, I'm putting all who needs it in these med beds for healing. Yeah, with creator's energy. So I'm doing this job, but they never talk about putting together. Mind you, I never asked.
Right, you did not ask. And so it's in the asking. What is it? Even in the scriptures, ask and it shall be given you. Right? You're just receiving input. You're not giving input. They want you to give input, ask. So when you go into it, say, hey, by the way.
I just hear from Morganne, she has team, and why you are not helping me run the team? What's going on here?
Right, you have to direct them. It's a direction, right? It's like, help. I would like assistance with da da da. I've even done it for, like, if I have to go shopping for something, like I have to go to an event or something, and I just don't have anything to wear, and I want to go shopping for something new. I'll ask for guidance from a shopper angel. And I will tell you, I have found phenomenal things that are perfect for me. And sometimes they are just virtually not free, or sometimes free. Sometimes I'm given something that was like, wow, that's exactly what I was looking for. It's like I use it for everything. And I think that's why I have a lot of success, is because I use it for everything. I trust them. I've built relationships. So we got a couple of minutes. So why don't we just take a few minutes? All right. Let's just do that. And everybody, I'm going to invite you to just get present with yourself first. Take a breath. And let that breath go in. And on the out breath, as you breathe out, just let your body relax. It's okay to relax. And if you find that you have any muscles or tendencies that want to move or bolt or get hungry or whatever, just take another breath. And on the out breath, relax deeper. Finding that rest point within you where your mind is not racing, your body can come still, your thoughts are just gliding by. It's so good to come at rest, to be at peace, to take the attention off of the world and move within your own being. And then I invite you just to move into your heart, that heart space, that intersection point of the divine and the human, that beautiful intersection point where we as human expressions, human experiences here are in direct intersection, communication with the divine. And so if you don't know how to do that, ask, show me. And then just continue to relax. to move to that still point, to be in the heart space. And it is in that space where you can just simply say, I am here. I am here, Holy Spirit. I am here. Take a breath in. And in this place, you can invite in your own personal guardian angel. I am here, guardian angel. I am here. Take a breath in. And as you just announce, I am here, I am waiting, I am here, I welcome your presence in my life. I welcome your guidance in my life. I welcome your right thinking into my own thinking. I accept your presence walking beside me every step of the way. And just relax into that. I invite your vision into my life, for your vision is greater than mine own. I invite your presence into my life. I am here. And as you just simply announce, I am here, I accept, I allow your presence. And as we continue to do that and put our attention on that, the presence of the Holy Spirit, your guardian angels, your guiding angels, your team angels can all begin to come. They are waiting for you. They are waiting to be utilized. Their guidance is ready to be brushed off and guide you. Put your angels to work. Put your guides to work. It's why they are here. Spend time to develop your own angelic team. You can have a beautification team, a I need a job team, increase of flow team, what's right to eat team. You can create all kinds of beautiful team angels that assist you. Take a breath in and let that breath out. As I just give thanks for knowing that I always have access to the Holy Spirit. I always have access to my guardian angel. I always have access to the team angels. Always loving me, guiding me, present with me, always and forever. And for that, I am so very grateful. And then I just invite everyone to just commit to spending time to developing your relationship with the Holy Spirit and with your angels. Take a breath in and out with just a beautiful sigh of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. And then with me, we open our eyes and we move into our day, awake and conscious, guided and loved.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and angels. And really, I managed to call up all angels. I had such a team of angels coming to me.
Right?
I was wrapped in angelic wings so nicely.
Yep. And they're all here to help you. And like, I love the title of her book, Hiring the Heavens. Hire them. Right? Put them to work. Yeah.
Great, great. Another beautiful knowledge, Morgan. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all your wonderful knowledge, for
You're
all
welcome,
sharing.
David.
It's such a, you cannot imagine how privileged I feel that you choose my channel to actually upload all this your knowledge.
Yeah. And that was guidance.
It
Guidance told me to contact you, even though I said, no, I don't want to do that.
that's not nice.
Well, but it smacked in front of my, I don't want to be seen. Right. But
This way is sort of you not seen because you are sort of under DCT charts with somebody. Yeah, it's really it's not me. I'm just here like I'm like that on the background blending in with everyone. Yeah, but really you are the star here. You are you are my star, and I'm absolutely sure everyone who little bit knows you, you are the star, and we have so much to learn from you, and it's such a privilege to be able to learn from you.
thank you, Daga.
So, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My deepest gratitude towards you. Thank you, all angels. Thank you, creators. Thank you for this beautiful show, and actually we manage our show, two of us,
Yep.
and
Yep.
didn't feel the time went.
Yeah, this was perfect.
Thank you everybody who is watching. I'm getting emotional here. uh Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube video and Rumble video channels so we can share far and wide our messages. It is really so so deep messages what we all need to know now. So please share it and see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
God bless.